Hello students, and welcome to Unit 9, Day 6 on reference angles. Today we're going to take a look at our Do Now assignment and define what a reference angle is and use it to answer some problems. So firstly, our Do Now assignment is to find a coterminal angle. So if we remember from class the other day, that means we have a circle with an angle theta drawn from standard position. So this is our initial ray. It terminates at negative 150 degrees. So if we were to rotate 90 and then 150, which is somewhere before 180 degrees, we have an angle over here. So this is negative 150. We're looking for a coterminal angle that is between 0 and 360, meaning a positive number, not too big. So an alternative method to doing this is to start at negative 150 degrees and to rotate our angle 360 degrees forward. So we're going to rotate around the circle this way, a full 360 degrees. In other words, we're going to start at negative 150 and add 360. So if we do that, we get negative 150 degrees plus 360 degrees. And I already have a calculator queued up next to me, but it's not on the screen. That equals 210 degrees. So a 210 degree angle would be coterminal, or terminate in the same place as a negative 150 degree angle. The same thing can be done for a large angle. So if we were to do 4,000, for instance, we can have a 4,000 degree angle. I don't even know where that terminates. All I know is that if I have currently traveled 4,000 degrees, I can subtract 360 over and over again until I get underneath 360 to be somewhere between 0 and 360. So let's take away 360. We get, where will we be? So that'll be 3,640. Obviously, I have a much larger way to go, so I'm just going to keep doing that in my calculator until I get there. So I'm just going to keep doing that. So this is for doing it once. So we just do it multiple times. Let's take it away another 10 times, I think. 360. Well, 360, yeah. So 10 more times would give us 3640 minus 3600, which is 40 degrees, which is between 0 and 360. So that's finding a coterminal angle. Now, what is a reference angle? So a reference angle is the acute angle formed by an angle in standard position, standard position and the x-axis. So these are four possible outcomes. So we have our initial ray in all four of these cases. In this case, our initial ray is here, here. They all are along the x-axis because that's the definition of the initial ray. And then we have these angles that are being formed by rotating around the circle. So this one terminated in quadrant 4, this one terminates in quadrant 3, this one terminates in quadrant 2, and this one terminates in quadrant 1. Now, the reference angle, once again, looking at the definition, is the acute angle, acute meaning less than 90 degrees, formed by the angle in standard position and the x-axis. So we're going to go to our terminating side. So in this particular case, our terminating side is here, and the x-axis is here, which makes this triangle here. Our reference angle is the angle formed here. So that is R. Okay? Over here, this is our terminating side, and this is our x-axis. So the angle formed between these is R, our reference angle, and forming a triangle here. In the second example, our x-axis is here, this is our terminating side, here is our triangle, this is our reference angle. So in almost all cases, the reference angle is not the central angle that we started with, theta, except for when the angle terminates in quadrant 1. If it terminates in quadrant 1, it is just the coterminal angle between 0 and 90. So in this case, our terminating side and the x-axis are in the same section, so we're going to draw an angle down here, and theta is R. All right, so those are our reference angles. So the reference angle in this case is, well, this full circle here is 180 degrees. And if we wanted to find R, so 180 degrees minus the value, I don't know why I wrote negative, that's a mistake. So 180 degrees minus the 140 degrees that's already there, means that the remaining balance of that angle is 40 degrees. So the reference angle here is 40 degrees. I'll give you one more. Let's do it for number 4. So if we go around this entire circle, this is 330 degrees. The remaining balance is from 360. If I take away 330, I find that the remaining balance, which is r, is equal to 30 degrees. So that's our reference angle. And I guess we can do the other two as well. So number 1, 70 degrees is the reference angle, so we don't need to do anything for that one. And for number 3, the reference angle is this acute angle in quadrant 3. So firstly, we have 180 degrees here, right? So 180 degrees plus some balance, which is our reference angle, has to add up to 225. So we're just going to subtract 180 from both sides, and we'll get r is equal to 45 degrees. So in this case, our reference angle is 45 degrees. So that's the measure of this angle here. So this angle is 45 degrees. The 30-degree angle for number 4 is here. The 40-degree angle for number 2 is here. And those are our reference angles. And again, if your angle terminates in quadrant 1, then your reference angle is your central angle.